All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for calling my attention to that. I'm recording the call now. All right. So yeah, then we talked about the broker, which I said is an intermediary between you and the foreign exchange market. We talked about the metal trader. We looked into the chart. We looked into the major currencies that are traded in the foreign exchange market. Let us exercise our brain. What are the major currencies that are traded in the foreign exchange market? Can somebody type it into the chat box? The 8 major currencies that are traded in the foreign exchange market, which we talked about yesterday. Can somebody type that into the chat box? I remember we talked about that. So let's see if we can still remember what we actually took yesterday. We mentioned 8 major currencies that are traded in the foreign exchange market. I can see somebody dropping in Euro, USD, amazing. GBP, that's Great Britain pounds, amazing. Let's keep dropping it in. CHF, amazing. CAD, yeah, CAD. NZD, amazing. JPY, yes, let's go, guys. Let's go. Amazing. So those are the 8 major currencies that are traded AUD. Yen is not part of the so those are like the 8 major currencies that are traded in the foreign exchange market. Okay, and we discussed that the reason why they had 8 major currencies is because of they give accurate information. Okay, they give accurate information because investors make decisions or based on the information that they get. All right, we make decisions based on the information that we get in. So the information that we get is going to help us determine whether we are buying or selling any currency pair. All right, so we also discussed about the base and the quote currency. We discussed about the charts, which we talked about the candles, what we have on the chart. We talked about the bullish and the bearish candles. We talked about what it means. We understand a bit of candle formation. We understand that the buy candle starts formation from below and ends its formation above. The sell candle starts its formation from above and ends below. So that makes it buy candle, which is the bullish candle, shows you when the market exchange rate is appreciating, and the sell candle, which is the bearish candle, shows you that exchange rate is depreciating. We also just talked about the wick, which I simply said the wick is a footprint of the candle that tells you that price has once gotten to a particular level before any rejection happened. Then we also talked about balance, which is where we see running trades, the balance, the margin, free margin, and so on. We talked about that. Then we talked about where we're going to see our history. We also talked about how to pick trades. We talked about the 2 ways you can enter a trade, and we said, please, what are the 2 ways you can enter a trade? Can somebody type it into the chat box? What are the 2 ways you can go into a trade? What are the 2 ways you can execute a trade? We talked about it yesterday. Can somebody drop that into the chat box? Let's exercise our brain. 2 ways. We mentioned it yesterday. Amazing. Great student in the class. Amazing. We talked about market execution and pending orders. Market or instant execution and pending orders. Those are the 2 ways we can go into a trade. And we said that the pending orders we have 4 types of pending orders. Guys, can somebody drop into the chat box the 4 types of pending orders that we have? We talked about the 4 types of pending orders that we have. Can somebody drop that into the chat box? The 4 types of Yes, buy limits, buy stop, sell limits, sell stops. Those are the 4 types of pending orders that we have. Amazing student in the class. Then we also talk about the lot size. We talked about the lot size. We said that we have 3 types of lot size. We talked about the micro lot size, the mini lot size, and the standard lot size. We said the micro lot size ranges from 0.01 to 0.09. And we said that per pip, each time the exchange rate appreciates, by 1 point you make you make 10 cents for if you're using a 0.01 lot size. If you're using a 0.09 lot size, you're making 90 cents per pip. Then we also said the mini lot size ranges from a 0.10 to a 0.90. All right, per pip of the 0.10, you're going to be making $1. And also if you're using the 0.09, you're going to be making $9 per pip. And we also said that the standard lot size ranges from 1.00 till infinity. So if you are using 1.00 lot size for your whenever you're trading, that means per pip you're going to be making $10. If you are using 2.00 per pip, you're making $20. And we also emphasize that please ensure that anytime you're trading, you do not risk more than 3% of your total equity. All right, that starts from you disciplining yourself by using the right lot size for your account size. What is the right lot size that you're meant to use for your account size? If you have a $100 account, please stick to a 0.01. The rule says is 0.01 per $100 account. If you're using a $500 account, can somebody tell me what lot size you should use? If you should use for a $500 account. $500. Amazing. Is 0.05. Now, for instance, I have a $500 account. I can decide to use the 0.05 for just one trade. At the same time, I can decide to, divide the lot size. If I want to enter 3 trades, it doesn't mean that I should not enter 0.05, 0.05, 0.05. No. If you do that, that means you've already overloaded your account. You've already over leveraged. All right. So you need to know how to, work in the space of the total lot size that your account size is meant to take. All right. So if you're using a $500 account and you know that you want to enter 3, let's say you want to enter 3 trades, you can decide to use 0.02 for one trade, the other one is 0.02, the last one is 0.001. So at the end of the day, you know that the total calculation of the lot size that you have used on that account size is still 0.05. Please, if that is clear, can you type in clear into the chat box? If that is clear, can you type in clear into the chat box? If that is clear, can you type in clear into the chat box? Okay. All right. So yeah, so I said we are going to be discussing more about PIP and also how to calculate your take profit and stop loss. All right. We said we are going to be talking about, I'm going to be talking about PIP and how to calculate stop loss. First of all, what is PIP? PIP is simply point in percentage. All right. And somebody type that into the chat box. Point in percentage. All right, okay, I know, okay. Yeah, so PIP simply means point in percentage. And I said that... Sorry. Please apologize. Is this phone, why is it sounding like this? happened before?
This one audio is on, that one audio is on. Mama.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No. Just talk.
Okay. All right, so can everybody hear me perfectly now? Can you hear me perfectly now? Okay, great. All right, thank you very much. All right, so I said pip simply means point in percentage. Now, I want to give us like an example of how you can identify your pips when you go to your metal trader. I'm going to be sharing my screen now. Please, if you can see my screen, drop into 222 into the chat box. If you can see my screen, drop in 222 into the chat box. Great. All right. Now, this is an example of what it looks like when you enter a trade, or I mean when you close your trade actually. So I want to use this as an example for us to understand what pips is and the likes. All right, so now when we are talking about pips, for major currencies, when I'm for the top major currencies, that is, I mean, GPP, USD, CAD, NZD, except JPY. All right, except JPY. All right, so I am putting JPY on one side now. For all these ones that we've mentioned, for all those 7 aside from JPY, all right, their pip is the 4th number after the decimal point. The 4th number after the decimal point. All right, the 4th number after the decimal point is the pip. So for this GPP USD here, can somebody tell me what the pip representation, which one is the pip here? Remember I said it's the 4th number after the decimal point. Can somebody tell me which one is the pip representation? The 4th number after the decimal point. Amazing. The 4th number after the decimal point there is 1. All right, the 4th number after the decimal point there is 1. So that is the pip. All right, so pip is always the 4th number after the decimal point. All right, so now let me give you let me go to my notes. Stop. Notes. Because I have pips here. Okay, great. All right. So like I said, the pip is the 4th number after the decimal point for major pairs. So now look at my screen now. All right. Look at for 1 pip. All right. 1 pip is a 0, simply is a 0.001. All right. 1 pip is 0.001. All right. 9 pips is 0.009. All right. Now, when I'm talking about 10 pips, it is 0.010. All right. So if I add 1 to the 9 at the back, my 1 will come to the next 0 in front, and I'm going to have a 0.001.0. Sorry, is 0.0010. All right. So for major pairs, aside from JPY pairs, any pair that does not have JPY, this is how you can write the pips representation. So even when we are talking about 1 pip is 0.001. Please take a screenshot. 9 pips is 0.0009. 10 pips is 0.001. Can somebody tell me what 20 pips will be? Can somebody tell me what 20 pips will be? All right, we are trying to get to how you can calculate your take profit and stop loss. If you don't understand this, you would not be able to understand how to calculate take profit and stop loss. Great, great. So 20 pips is going to be 0.0020. Amazing. That is for every pairs that does not have JPY in it. What I mean is that something like GPP USD, that you can use it for this. But when we are talking about USD JPY, you can't use this pip representation. Okay? Now, for JPY pairs, the pip representation, for JPY pairs, your pip is always the third number after the decimal point. All right, for JPY pairs, the pip is always the third number after the decimal point. So you can see for one pip for JPY pairs is 0.001. 9 pip is 0.009. 10 pip is 0.010. Can somebody tell me what 20 pips is going to be for JPY pairs? Any pairs that has JPY in it. Can somebody tell me what the 20 pip representation for any pair that has JPY, that has Japanese yen in it? Amazing, is 0.020. Yes, that is it. Now that you know pip representation, all right, now that you know pip representation, because when you want to calculate your take profit and stop loss, you need to be able to understand, you need to be able to determine how many pips do I want to make from this market. Remember, okay, for instance, if I buy dollar at 390 and it appreciates to 400, all right, I can simply say that it has gone 10 pips. So I have made 10 pips profits. All right, I have made 10 pips profit. So I need to know how many pips I want my trade to go in so I can close out my trade, or I want to know how many pips that I want to use for my TP or take profit. So automatically it can close up for me. So once you understand this, then we can now go to how to calculate your take profit and stop loss. Remember, I said stop loss is stopping your loss. Okay, so if for instance, if you go into a trade and the trade is going bad, your stop loss is that thing that will help you stop your loss to the minimum. All right, and let's say you are in a trade, you are not there. Trading should give you time to do other things. All right, you shouldn't be a trader and be like, oh, I'm on the screen, what is happening? Has it got into profit? No. All right, your take profit will give you ease. You'll be able to do other things. So once you have your take profit, once your trade goes in profit and gets to your targeted number of pips, it is going to close out automatically. All right, so now how do you calculate your take profit and stop loss? Now we have two things that we do in the foreign exchange market. We buy and we sell. The way you will calculate for a buy position is different from the way you're going to calculate for a sell position. All right, the way you're going to calculate for a buy position is different from how you're going to calculate for a sell position. Because if you're buying, the reason why you're buying is because exchange rate is low and you want it to appreciate. All right, so that means you want to take your profit where? Up. And you want to stop your loss down. Because if you are buying, you don't want exchange rate to depreciate. If you're buying, you are expecting exchange rate to be appreciating. And if you're selling, all right, you want exchange rate to depreciate. So you are going to take your profits down and stop your loss up. All right, so that brings us to the formula that you can use to calculate your take profit and stop loss for a buy position and sell position. Can somebody screenshot what I have on my screen before I take it to how you can get your entry price? Now, for a buy position, how can you calculate your stop loss? All right, it says my entry price minus the number of pips that I say that I am willing to risk. So if I say that, oh, I only want to risk 10 pips, all right? If I say I only want to risk 10 pips, all right, then I am going to minus the number of pips I am willing to risk from my entry price. For my take profit for a buy position, all right, I am going to add the number of pips I want to make to my entry price. Okay, then for a sell position, for a sell position for your stop loss, you are going to add the number of pips you want to make to your entry price, and for my TP, which is take profit, I am going to minus the number of pips I am willing to make from my entry price. Now, how can you get your entry price? Whenever you are in a trade, every figure that you have on this side, all right, those are your entry price. Once you click into once you enter a trade, all right, you will see that these numbers here, they would not move. All right, they would not move. These are your entry price. These ones here, these are your entry price. These ones on your left hand side, those are your entry price. All right, so you can see it's so easy for you to get your entry price. Remember, for instant execution, you are entering at the current market price. All right, the market is the one giving you the exchange rate at which you are executing your trade. All right, so assuming the market is on now and I am in a running trade, all these ones that are here, they will be moving. These ones will be moving. This one is the one that will be showing you how market is appreciating and is depreciating, at what figure it has, or what exchange rate it has appreciated to or depreciated to. All right, so these ones that are marked like this, these ones are always moving. But this one that I have here, all right, these ones that I have here, they are your entry price, so they would always be stagnant. All right, so that is where you're going to get your entry price from. All right, so for instance, I'm in a trade already. Let's say I entered GPP USD. Let's take the first one for example. All right, let's take this for example. All right, can somebody tell me okay, let me take this. I've given you expo for that one. Let me take this. All right, can somebody tell me the entry price for that particular trade there? What is the entry price? What is the entry price there? Can somebody tell me the entry price there? Type into the chat box, what's the entry price there? Great, 1.2885. Yes, that is the entry price there. Now, am I in a buy or a sell for that trade? Am I in a buy or a sell? Am I in a buy or a sell? I'm selling, because you can see beside GPP USD, it states that I am selling there. All right, can somebody tell me what lot size I used? Can somebody tell me what lot size I used to enter that trade? Great, great, great. Is that a mini or a micro lot size? What kind of lot size is that? Is that a mini or micro? It is mini. Mini lot size. I used mini lot size. Amazing. Great people in the class. Amazing, amazing. Yes. So now that you've gotten the entry price now, and I'm in a sell, let's say I just want to make just 10 pips from this trade. Let's say I want to make just 10 pips from this trade. All right. Let's say I want to make just 10 pips from this trade. All right. I'm going to come back to the formula now. All right, for the sell, can somebody help me calculate my take profit? I want to make just 10 pips. I'm in a sell. Can somebody calculate what my take profit will be? Can somebody calculate what my take profit will be? You already have the entry price. You already know if I'm going for 10 pips, what my representation will be. My pip representation it will be. So can you calculate your take profits? Let me check what was our entry price. All right, so I can see people are getting it twisted. Now, first of all, what is my formula for my take profit for a sale? What is my formula for my take profit for a sale? What is formula for my take profit for a sale? Take profits. What is my formula? My formula. Can someone type it? My formula for take profit is entry price. Entry price minus number of pips. Please don't get it twisted. You have the answer on your screen. I did not remove it. Screenshot it, keep it, write it somewhere. All right. So my entry price minus the number of pips for my take profit for a sale. Okay, for a buy is different. That's why I wrote it for a buy, for a sell. All right, so now what is my entry price? My entry price here is 1.2885. all right, that is my entry price. So all I need to do is I'm going to be typing it in the chat box with our name. All right, okay, let me just type it here. Or let me just type it here. Okay. All right. So what is my take profit? It says that my TP is going to be what? My TP is going to be 1.28885 minus is 0.0010, which is 10 pips. What is my answer? All right, my answer is going to be if you are getting it twisted, it's simple. You can simply type it on your calculator. All right, you can see our answer. All right, so your answer is simply 1.28785. It's as simple as that. Okay, 1.28785. That is how to calculate your take profit and stop loss. If it is 20 pips you want to calculate, you know what to do. All right, remember I said JPY pairs. All right, their pip is 10 pip is 0.01 is 0. All right, so whenever you're dealing with any pair that has JPY pairs, don't forget your pip is always the third number after the decimal point. So when you're talking about 10 pips, you know how you're going to do it. When you're talking about 20 pips, but the formula still remains the same. Please, if this section is clear, how to calculate your take profit and your stop loss for both buy and sell position, can you guys type in clear into the chat box? If you understand that, you can take a screenshot of my screen. If you understand now, if you understand, amazing. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Thank you for understanding, because once you understand, I am so happy that I'm actually giving value to you guys. Thank you very much. God bless you. All right, so at this junction, I think I've been able to do my own part of the section. Mr. Awal is going to be taking over. But if you have questions, you can just type it into the chat box while I wait for him to, take over this section. If you have questions, you can type into the chat box while I wait for him to take over this section. Wow, so there's no question. Please explain more about US 30. US 30 is simply under indices, and it's talking about the top 30 companies in the US, in the United States, what we use to measure how well they are doing, how good they are doing, and so on. So that is under indices, and it is under a very volatile, it is a very volatile pair. All right, it is a very, very volatile pair. So if you want to trade US 30 and all, you also need to understand what is happening in the economy. You understand? It works a lot with fundamental. You cannot trade with US 30 without listening to news a lot, Bloomberg and so on. You need to understand core or fundamental for you to trade indices. Okay, you need to understand core or fundamental for you to trade indices. Thank you very much. Other questions will be taken by a while. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you guys have been able to get value from this section. If you've been able to get value from this section, can you drop in some excitement into the chat box? Excitement. That is what I love. Guys, can you drop in value, some excitement in the chat box, because our world has amazing information. It has lot to give to you guys. So you need to get yourself glued to your system, to your phone, as you demystify some price action, support, resistance, how you can actually pick trade, how you can fish for yourself and make some good money for yourself. Thank you very much. As I welcome, can you drop a word to the call? Can you drop in some 77 into the chat box, some number of perfection to welcome him, to give you all that he knows, some of what he knows, because I know he cannot give you everything. No, you want to come and tap into our brain for free, Abby. All right, thank you very much. I remain my humble self, Fumilola Olajide, and you can follow me up at Instagram at Trade with Fumi. If you have questions, I can answer you. Dropped in the chat box already. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Amazing afternoon, amazing evening. Good to be with you guys once again. Definitely gonna be an amazing time together this evening. I want us to celebrate Fumi by giving her a 555 in the chat box. She has been doing a good job since yesterday, dishing out all she knows, in the foreign exchange market. Let's celebrate her by giving her a 555 in the chat box. Let's do that, guys. Whatever you appreciate, whatever you celebrate, you attract. Whatever you celebrate, you attract. All right. If you want to be like Fumi, if you want to make some forex money like her, if you want to dish out knowledge like her, let's give her a 555 in the chat box. If you missed yesterday class, the recording has been dropped in your respective groups. All right, so just check in on that, and go through yesterday recordings. Is on my YouTube page. You can also look at the previous trainings we've done in the past. All right, so you can get all that there. Okay, so this evening I'm going to be talking about two key things in the market. All right. I'm going to be talking about the fundamental analysis and the technical analysis. All right. My name is Awal, for those that are not on the call yesterday. All right. And I've been doing this for about 5 years now. I've been trading and also been training, been to over 17 states in Nigeria to, go out there to dish out Forex training. All right. So it's something we do back to back, and it's what I love doing, and I keep doing it every day. Okay. So like I was saying, what I'm going to be dishing out today is um, on a basic understanding of what we mean by fundamental analysis and technical analysis. Now, the foreign exchange market is interesting. Like I said yesterday, it has a lot of money flowing through it, but you must not be ignorant. All right. If you want to make money from this market, then you must not be ignorant. You must be ready to, learn. All right. All right. You must be ready to learn. You must be ready to practice. You must be ready to put in some time. All right. To learn and really, really get this going on. All right. So, guys, I'm going to be sharing my screen right about now. Okay. I'm going to be sharing my screen. Then, uh, I dive in straight to what I have for you guys today. Okay. Just a moment, please. Okay. So, like I said, today I'm gonna be giving you guys basic understanding of what we mean by fundamental analysis and technical analysis, because before you can before you can go ahead and start buying and selling in the market, you must know what you are buying and you must know what you are selling. All right, you don't just go to the market and you know you start buying and selling just like that. At every point in time, you must sorry guys, just trying to get my notepad right here. Okay, awesome. So, like I said, we're going to be talking about analysis, fundamental analysis and technical analysis. Now, just a quick one. If you want to ask your questions, please make sure you are dropping your question inside the Q&A section. Please, inside the Q&A section. If you drop it in the chat box, I might not see it. Make whatever question you want to ask, put it in the Q&A, and once I'm finishing these sections, I will go through the questions to answer them one by one. All right. I'll try as much as possible to answer all questions. So as I was saying, fundamental analysis and technical analysis, these are the two things that gives us informed decision on when we are supposed to buy or sell a particular currency pair. We understand that we buy and sell the exchange rate of this currency pair to make profit. All right, and the exchange rate can either go up and it can either come down. Now there are two things, or there's one major thing that moves the exchange rate of whatever currency pair you want to trade. One major thing, it is the economics of a nation. All right. So let's say, for instance, I'm trading Euro USD. All right. The exchange rate of Euro USD would be determined by what is happening in the European Union and what is happening in the United States. All right. So whatever is happening in the United States is either going to make the US dollar weak or it is going to make the US dollar strong. All right. So you must understand that before you go into a trade, you must understand that, okay, what is happening with the fundamentals of the United States dollars. If you, let's say, for instance, you want to trade any currency pair that has the USD in it, you must look at, okay, today, what is happening in the United States dollars, in the United States of America? What is happening to the economy today? All right. There's a way you can check that. I'm going to show you. All right. And the next thing is, fundamental is very, very key, because let's say, for instance, we all know, probably most of us on this call will know, that the United Kingdom wants to break out of Europe from the European Union, and that is why you have the Brexit. Now, that particular Brexit has been affecting their currency. All right, and if you look at the price chart of GBP, the exchange rate between pounds in the United Kingdom. If you look at the price chart of GBP over the years, you will see that the GBP has been on a downward, movement. So it is not. This is not based on the chart. All right, it is 100% based on what is happening in their economy. All right. So Corona has been affecting a lot of countries over the past 1 year. All right, and that has affected a lot of currencies in the market. So I'm just trying to let you know that fundamental is key. All right, fundamental is what gives us the decision. Fundamental is what let us know when we are supposed to buy or when we are supposed to be selling a currency. All right, it is what is happening in the nation that is being transmitted on the technical charts. All right. So, but basically, as a starter, what do you need to look out for in fundamentals? It is called scheduled news. So you must always look out for scheduled news. Okay, what is the scheduled news that is going to happen in the European Union today? What is the scheduled news that's going to happen in Japanese yen today, in the United States dollars, and the Canadian dollars? And how do you do that? All you need to do is log on to forexfactory.com. Forex forex-factory.com. All right, so I'm just going to go there now. Okay. So this is it right here. Okay, forexfactory.com. So if you can access that maybe on your laptop or somewhere, you can just access that. Now Forex Factory is where you can actually check for scheduled news. All right. So what do I mean by scheduled news? I'm going to show you guys right now. Now today is Sunday. Now you can see where you have today. Today is January 17, which is Sunday. You can see there's no scheduled news. Now if I click on more, I can look at news that is going to happen tomorrow, next tomorrow, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to Saturday again. All right. Now if you look at it now, you can see I have what news coming out for tomorrow, which is Monday. All right, tomorrow is Monday, so you can see I have some scheduled news. Now there are 3 things or 4 things you need to look out for, and they are called folders. Now you can see I have yellow, red, black, orange folders. Now what do these folders mean? I have them right here. Now I have the yellow folder. The yellow folder means all right. The yellow folder means low impact. All right. The orange folder means medium impact. All right. And red folder means high impact, while the black folder means no impact. All right. So let's go back to the chart. Please just take that down. All right. Take that down. Let me show you guys on the website. Now you can see I have the yellow folder. I have red folders. I have a black folder for tomorrow. I have a yellow folder on GBP again tomorrow. Now, what does this mean? Like I said, what you are always looking out for is the red folder, because the red folder has high impact on that currency. Now, these are what we call scheduled news. What happens is that once this news comes out, all right, it's going to either affect the currency either positively or negatively. Now, as a beginner in Forex market, all right, what you want to look out for are red folders. Now, red folders are going to affect the currency in a great way. So whenever you see a red folder for a particular currency pair or for a particular currency, you would not trade that currency for that period. All right. For instance, tomorrow we have a red folder on Chinese yen, although we don't trade Chinese yen. So I'm just going to ignore that. And then we have tomorrow a bank holiday in the United States. Usually, black folders are bank holidays. They are black bank holidays. So is that there will be no impact. It's just that the market is going to be slow. Remember yesterday I told you there are 4 sessions. We have the New York, we have London, we have the Tokyo session, and you have the Sydney session. When you have a black folder, what it means is that for that particular currency, which is USD, remember the USD is traded in the New York session mostly. That means for New York session, the market is going to be slow because why? There's an holiday in the US tomorrow. Their banks are not going to be open. And remember, it is banks that are moving this money. So that is why the black folder is no impact. Market is just generally going to be slow for tomorrow. All right, especially against USD pairs. All right, so now let's look at Tuesday if you can get a red folder. All right, on Tuesday, all we have are yellow folders. All right, so you can go on and trade as you wish on Tuesday. There are no red folders, so market is going to be impacted greatly on Tuesday because why there are no red folders. Now, if you go to Wednesday, by 4 p.m. Nigerian time, you have the Canadian dollar having 2 red folders. All right. It says that the Bank of Canada has a monetary policy report, and the Bank of Canada also has a rate statement. All right. The rate statement is their interest rate. So those things actually affect the currency either positively or negatively. So what you want to do as a newbie is you are not going to trade Canadian dollar for that period. All right. I'm going to advise, let's say from 3 p.m., either you close out your positions on Canadian dollars, or you reduce your position or you put in your stop loss. You make sure your stop loss is there. All right. So for Canadian dollar, it has two red folders tomorrow. So you want to look out for that on Wednesday. All right. Then USD also has a red folder. Now you can see for Wednesday, which is January 20, the USD is price President-elect Biden speaks. All right. So that means Biden is going to be speaking on Wednesday. All right. And whatever he says can affect their currency. Now you can see what I mean by fundamentals. All right. I think his swearing is on Tuesday, which is on Thursday. I think January 21st. Yeah, I think so. All right. So guys, you can come in and check. So what you need to do is every morning before you start trading, you must look out for the news and see, okay, which currency is having a red folder? Which currency am I going to stay out from today? All right. Then you put it down in your jotter. You must have a trading journal. All right. You already note the currency down and you are good to go. All right. Now, before I leave this page, if this is your first time of logging on Forex Factory, your time will not be in Nigerian time zone. So you need to change that. And how do you do that? Look at where I have my cursor, where you have the date, time, currency, and impact. Now the time is clickable. Click on it. You click on it, you go to your time zone, you select GMT +1, or you synchronize the time. You see, you can click on synchronize time and it's going to change it for you automatically. But if not, change it to GMT +1. Leave it at whatever city you have in for. It does not have to be Nigeria, Lagos. All right? But just make sure it is GMT +1. Make sure your DST is off, your time format, leave it as it is, then click on save settings. Once you click on that, you can go back to the home page. Your time is going to be in Nigerian time. All right, you can click on more to see the news for tomorrow and next tomorrow and the likes. All right, so that is that about you checking news. Like I said, fundamental is huge. This is just a basic understanding. Now there are people that trade fundamentals, like okay, what is going to be the interest rate of the United States dollars for this month? All right, okay, they release it. Okay, this is what's going to happen. Then they start analyzing and doing all that things. That one is an in-depth way of doing a fundamental analysis. But majorly, most traders use technical analysis to trade. All right, most traders use technical analysis today, and that's what I'm going to be paying more attention to today. All right, but I've taught you guys how to use the Forex Factory. If you don't understand, the recording of this is going to be out. You can watch it over again, but put in your questions in the chat box. I'm going to answer them as I move on. All right. Okay, so I'm going to clear all I have here. Okay, so I have a clean chart right about now. So the website I'm on right now is tradingview.com. Now, TradingView is just an analysis website. You can log on, create a free account for yourself. You don't need a paid account for now. Just create a free account. You can click on charts, then it brings you here. Then you're able to analyze. Now, this is only used for analysis. You can't place a trade here. All right? You can't place a trade here. All we use this for is for analysis. All right, so basically I can analyze here. Then once I analyze and I know whether I am buying or selling, I can now go to my MetaTrader 4 and I'll do a buy or a sell. All right, but I'm going to be using this to actually teach you guys what we mean by support and resistance and all that today. All right, so basically for me, as I explained, candlestick for us, I believe. All right, candlesticks are price representation. All right, price representation. Majorly, we have two kind of candlesticks. We have the red and the green. Now you can put in whatever color you want for your own candlestick, but majorly, the green represents buy, while the red represents sell. All right, the green represents buy. That means the market is going up when you see a green candle, and when you see a red candle, that means the price is coming down. All right, that means the price is coming down. But as a technical analysis trader, the basic things like I used to tell people, whatever strategy you are learning, whatever strategy a Forex trader is teaching you or whatever, The goal of that strategy is to enable you to know the support and the resistance. All right. The goal of the training is for you to know when to buy and when to sell. Is to know support and resistance. And I'm gonna be breaking down support and resistance for you right about now. All right. I'll be breaking it down for you so that you guys can have a good, solid understanding of what we mean by support and resistance. Okay. All right. So I'm going to scroll down now. All right. So like I said, candles are price representation, telling you where price is either going up or coming down. All right. Now that we understand that, let us talk about support and resistance. Okay. Now, support can also be regarded as a floor. You can screenshot this, for your study purposes. Support is regarded as a floor. Now, support is an area where price finds difficult to break downward. All right. Support is an area where price finds difficult to break downwards. Now, I'm going to go to my charts to show you guys that. I'm going to take a tool here. Remember, support is a floor. What happens when you jump on the floor? You bounce back up immediately. All right. Support is an area, all right, where price finds difficult to break downward. All right. Now, for me, this is my support. I'm going to show you guys why that is the support. Okay, this is a support. Now, if you look at this, now you will see the price or the market. I can call it price, I can call it the market. You can see the market came into this area, all right, and it went back up. Okay, the market came into this area again, and it went right back up. All right, again, market came down into this area, and it went right back up. Again, market came into this area, all right, and it went straight back up. Now you can see about 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 areas that the market came into. Now you can see that place is serving as a floor. Like I said, what happens when you jump on the floor? You bounce back up. So whenever you hit the floor, you go back up. And that's the same thing that applies to market, to the chart. Whenever the market hits a support, the market is going to go right back up. That is what we mean by a support. Now, at the same time, we have what we call resistance. All right. Resistance can be called a ceiling. All right. Resistance is an area where price finds it difficult to break upward. All right. That is what we call a resistance. Resistance is an area where price finds it difficult to break upward. So these are basic stuff that you must understand. Now let's go to the chart to show ourselves a resistance area. All right. Okay. Now this is a resistance area. Like I said, resistance is an area where price finds difficult to break upward. Now, as you can see, Market came into this area. And it came back down. All right. Market came into that same area again. Came back down again. All right. Went into that area again. And it came back down. Okay. Came into that area. And it came all the way down. All right. Went to that area again. And, came back all the way down. So, guys, we must understand that whenever you see that the market is hitting an area and is rejecting that area either as a ceiling or as a floor, then you are already seeing a resistance area. So these areas that I just marked out are both support and resistance areas. Resistance is a ceiling. All right. When market hits a ceiling, all right, it comes back down. When market hits a floor, it goes back up. All right. Now, why do you need to understand a resistance and support area? This is it. At a support area, all right, you are always expected to buy. Always buy at a support and never sell at support. All right. Always buy at support and never sell at support. So what do I mean by that? When the market hits a support, which is this down area, all right, okay, so I'm going to draw that again so that we can all see what I'm saying. Okay. So the moment market starts hitting this support area, you're expected to buy. Sorry, I think I just stopped my screen share. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. All right. So the moment the market hits a support area, you are expected to buy. So someone will ask me, when do I buy or when do I sell in the market? You are supposed to buy when the market is at a support. So these are some good buy areas for me in the market. Guys, like I said, these are basic stuffs that you just need to understand. These are basic stuffs, a lot still goes into and make sure you're dropping your questions in the Q&A section. Don't drop it in the chat box. All right. So guys, I'm showing you some buy areas that we have on this example. Now, this is an example. Now, how do you get better at identifying support and resistance area? By practicing, by drawing it. You're not going to be perfect at the start. It's not like I knew how to draw this 100% when I started. It took practice. It took constant looking at the chart. That's why you can't just become an overnight success in the foreign exchange market or whatever field you find yourself. All right. If you want to become a guru at analyzing the charts yourself, at picking signals, at picking, trades yourself, then you must look at it. There's no other way. This is not theory. It's not about you going home and go and reading support is an area where market goes back up. Resistance no. The only way you can identify support and resistance areas is by practicing, and don't expect to know it at once. It takes 2, 3, 4, 5 times. When you draw and you make error, you show your mentor, okay, this is the support areas I identify. Then it corrects you, and okay, then you go ahead and you get better at it. So don't expect to know this at once. All right. So like I was saying, these are my buy areas. So at your support, you are expected to buy. Always buy at the support, all right, and never sell at support. Now at resistance areas, all right, you are always expected to sell at the resistance. That is why you must be able to identify a resistance. So whatever tool you are using to trade, whatever indicator or whatever you are using, the job of those things are just to help you identify support and resistance areas. And once you can do that yourself, you are good to go. All right. Always sell at the resistance and never buy at the resistance. All right. So imagine you go ahead and you are selling at these support areas. You are already in loss. All right. So you must know that at my resistance area, I'm expected, all right, I'm expected to sell, all right? Okay, so this is my resistance. We all understand that this is my resistance, okay? Now, these are my sell areas. So those areas that the market is eating the resistance area, I'm going to be selling. All right, you sell. So these are my sell areas. Sell. All right, sell. So what you need first is understanding. Once you understand, then you can go ahead yourself and go ahead and draw this stuff. Let me see if I have any questions here. Okay. What is the meaning of an rate? Well, I don't know details of all those things are economic terms. If you want to know, just Google it. Just type it on Google. Overnight rate, you see the explanation there. Please tell me how to change the time again. I showed you. All right, go back and watch it again. Are you going to buy and sell as a beginner? Yeah, we have a signal group where you can join up to pick up when to buy and sell while you're still learning. All right. What time frame is best for determining support and resistance? Any time frame is best. All right. But the idea is the higher the time frame, the stronger the support and resistance. So for instance, if you are looking at the time frame, let's say a daily time frame, all right, the support and resistance is higher on a daily time frame. Is stronger, I mean. All right. If you are looking at probably monthly, it is stronger again. But if you are looking at 15 minutes, it's not as strong as the one you have on the 1 hour. So it depends on how many pips you want to make out of the market. All right. If you're a short-term trader, you deal with lower time frame. If you're a long-time trader, maybe you are going to be in that trade for a longer period of time. Then you need to look at 1 hour and above. All right. Show us how to draw the resistance support line. Must it touch the candles or below? It does not matter. It's not like I'm not drawing it like it has to be perfect. Just it's an area. Now the areas I'm drawing it at is hold on. The areas I'm drawing it at is where usually let me show you. Usually all you need to do is you can pick up like this is the top of a wick here. You can see where I have my cursor, it's the top of a wick. All right, down to the body of the candle. All right, of the nearest candle or whatever. It does not have to be perfect. All right, don't try to perfect it. Just try and make sure you are drawing something. All right. So I think that chart that you're talking about is the sideways move because why nobody is in control of the market? Please explain where. I don't understand your question, Felicity FX. Oniye Radiance, how do you trace the entry point? Prices for both support and resistance. Your entry point is just going to be probably when there's a close of a candle. All right. So usually when you have for instance, what I have on my screen is Euro JPY 1 hour. All right. So each of these candles you are seeing here closes every 1 hour. All right. That is what we mean by time frame. So if I click on here and I go to let's say 4 hours, all right, what this means that each of these candles are for 4 hours. All right. So your entries are always based on the close of a candle. All right. That is the best time to enter a trade. Close and opening of a candle. All right. How to trace the points for TP and SL. Those are advanced classes, and we can't really cover all that today. But usually, if you are joining our signals group, you get take profit and stop loss. All right. Can we sell if the line goes up and didn't touch on the line that we use as an indicator? Yeah, it depends. It depends. Like I said, it can't be perfect. All right. Just make sure you are selling at an area. That's why I said it is an area. But it is not a line. Support and resistance is an area. All right. All right. Yeah, you can use your phone. You can use your phone to draw lines. You can use the MT4. Right. You can use the MT4. So usually, if I want to check whether this area I'm drawing at, this is just an example. But if I want to go further and see, okay, Is this area a good support and resistance? I can shrink up my chart and make it smaller. All right. Then I look at the previous parts. This stuff is not loading well, but you can always go left. Right? If you go left and probably you put a line there. Let's say I put a line here. Let me see. So I can take an horizontal line here. I don't know why this chart is not loading properly. Okay, I guess it's loading. Okay, if I go to the past, all right, I will see areas in the market. The market has gotten to those areas before. Now you can see this is in the past. You can see that market found it difficult to go above this blue line here. All right, that shows me that that area has been a good resistance, because the idea of foreign exchange market, or the idea of a forex chart, is that what has happened in the past is going to happen again in the present. Now, if you look at this is 13th of August 2020. All right, this is 31st of August 2020. These areas, okay, this area here, you can see this area here. You can see market found it difficult. That area, these two areas were serving as a resistance area. Now, if I go again, now let's look at the present. That was August 2020, last year. Now you can see what happened again in December 2020. All right, you can see all these areas serving as resistance. All right, they are serving as resistance. All right, so that is what we mean by support and resistance. It's not like the it just happens. It's because it is in the past. It has happened in the past. All right, so look at this chart now. If this market should come to an area, let's say, this is where the current market price is right now. If it shoots up to this area right here, I can decide to sell this market. All right, if it shoots up to that area, that means this market has a very high tendency to fall. All right, I hope you guys grab what I just explained. Okay. Someone said, I actually told you guys to drop your questions to the Q&A, but let me just, someone said, can you leave your trade to run for one day? And will it not hit SL? when you are going into a trade, you are setting SL and TP. You are setting SL and TP. So is either it's one of the two. Is either it hits your TP or it hits your SL. All right. If you don't put TP, it can keep running in profit. All right. It's not going to close. It's only going to close if it hits your SL. But if it does not hit your SL, it keeps going and going and going and going. All right. Now, how do you make gain when you are entering a trade to buy? Does it mean when you buy? Does it mean you buy and leave the trade and come back to sell when the market is going up? No. All right. Once you enter for a buy, once you enter for a buy in the market, your profit is waiting already, because let's say you entered at price 100, and immediately the price going up to 101, 102, 103, 104, you're already making profit. All right. What you will do is you will close your profit. It's not like you will come and sell. When you are closing your profit, it is not the broker that does the back end stuff that you don't have any business with, whether they are selling it or whatever they are doing to it. All right. But just know that when you are closing your trade, once you are closing your trade, your profit, the brokers does the back end stuff, whether they are selling or buying it, whatever. Just know that you are making your profits. Okay. Now, I'm going to pause on the question so that I can take the other parts that I have here. Now, a previous area can turn to a new resistance area, while a previous resistance area can turn to a new support area. Now, what do I mean by that? Look closely, guys. All right. So I'm going to let me look for another currency pair here to use for an example. A previous resistance area can turn to a new support. All right. Okay, guys, I have one here. Okay. So look very closely. I love to explain this because, like I said, there is no one given area that is a support or resistance area. Any area can be a support, any area can be a resistance. All right. Uh, Let me look for another example for you guys. Okay, I think I found one here. Okay, so awesome. Great. So look at this area right here. This area was serving as a support. All right. This area was serving as a support before. I'm going to show you that. All right. Price found it difficult to break. Price found it difficult to break. Price found it difficult to break. All right. But at the point in time, price was able to break this area to the downward side. All right. Price broke it to the downward side. Now that area, you call it, okay, this area as this support has been broken. But immediately a support area is broken, it automatically turns to a resistance. All right. It automatically turns to a what? To a resistance. Then you can see there will be a continuation downward. All right. So the moment price breaks an area, you can see price was finding it difficult to break. At this junction, price found it difficult to break. Okay. At this junction, price found it difficult to break. At this junction again, price found it difficult to break. But if you notice, at the fourth instance that price came to that place, price actually broke that area, guys. All right. Price broke that area and it came back to it. So whenever price breaks a support area, it automatically becomes a resistance. Now I'm showing you guys these things. You can go ahead and scan your chart. Go to 20view.com, create a free account, then you click on chart. All right, it brings you here and you can search for currencies at the top here. Search for your currencies and put it there. Then you can look at this chart and see how to analyze it. Try just basics. Look for support and resistance areas, and you keep learning, you keep growing, you keep learning, you keep growing. Then you can, okay, you look at trends, you look at, head and shoulder, all those interesting stuff that we have in the foreign exchange market. But if you don't understand what we mean by support and resistance area, then you are not good to go. But make sure you understand these basics. Go to my YouTube channel. I've explained this several times, and you can use that to learn better. All right. So let's look at it. A previous resistance area can also turn to a support area. What this basically means is that at a particular point in time, all right, at a particular point in time, the market is going to break a support and resistance area. All right. So a support and resistance area would not hold for life. It's just like you applying pressure on your ceiling. What will happen? Your ceiling will break now, Abi. So that is it. So at the same time, a support and a resistance areas would also break also. Now you can see these areas are all serving as a support, as a resistance. You can see price found it difficult to break up. It did a push up again, a very full push up, but again, it was unable to break. All right. So then again, he did a push up somewhere here. It was still unable to break it, but eventually price did what? pushed up and broke that area. All right. Now we've seen a break in resistance. That area has been broken. All right. But what happens? It automatically turns that area to a support automatically. All right. Then what happens? You buy. So usually as a forex trader, what happens is that when you see price breaking a support area like this, when it breaks a support a resistance area like this, you would wait. You will not go ahead and sell or do anything. You will wait for it to come and test that area as a resistance, as a support. All right. Once it tests as a support, then you go ahead and buy. All right. You go ahead and buy. Okay, so when there's a break of a resistance, it automatically turns to a support. When there's a break of a support downwards, it automatically tests that area back as a resistance. Quite simple, quite straightforward. Uh, yeah, radiance. I just explained. I just explained. I just explained what happens when price goes above resistance and support. All right. I think I just explained that. Felix Lotu, yeah, at the beginning of your lectures, you talk about two analysis, fundamental, technical. You explain fundamental analysis and then go to support. Yes, technical analysis is all about support. And I said it at the start. All right. When I started explaining support and resistance, everything you want to know about technical analysis is support and resistance. All right. That is where it all starts from. That is where it all ends from. Ends at. All right. But usually then they start throwing in some languages and other. But everything, like I said, whatever strategy, whatever indicator, whatever tool you are using, what those things are helping you to identify, all right, as support and resistance. What they are helping you to identify as support and resistance. I hope I've been able to answer your question in Phoenix Notes 2. All right. So, like I said, what you want to do is you want to practice what I just showed you guys. You want to go over it and over and over it again so that you can, really be able to master the art of identifying support and resistance. All right. I'm not a fan of indicator. I don't really use indicators for my trade. All right. But I'm able to analyze the charts like this. Then I support it with some fundamentals. Like I said, fundamentals move the market. All right. Fundamentals move the market. Okay. But usually we use our technical analysis. All right. All right. Tradingview.com. That is what I used to do my analysis. Tradingview.com. Although you can download MT4, platform to your system. Let me show you guys. If you go to hotforex.com, can download the MT4 for laptop for system. Okay. So if you go to hotforex.com, you can wait for that to load. So if you go to hotforex.com, what of indicators like AMA, shooting star, those things are candle indicators. They are showing you, reversal points and all those things. Like AMA and shooting star, they're majorly used to identify support and resistance areas, like I said also. All right. So once you see those things in a candle, then you'll be able to know, okay, this guy is going, I think the market is ready to go back up, or the market is ready to go back down. All right. Okay, guys. So you can keep on Hello, guys. Sorry. Yeah, 2 minutes. So sorry, guys. So sorry. Uh, just give me 2 minutes. I'll be back up right now. Sorry. If you drop your questions, please just keep dropping it. I'm gonna check it once I'm back up on my chat. So sorry about that. I believe you guys can hear me. All right. So I'm coming back up now. I just want my system to come back up, then you can. I don't even know what's up with this. Okay. Just a minute, guy. I need to get back on my laptop so that. Okay. Just leave the call. All right, so I'm back up. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'm really sorry that I. Okay, I'm really sorry that I went off. I'm really sorry about that. So as I was saying, I can see someone saying, "Yeah, my number." Don't worry, I'm going to drop all that, and I just want to share two informations with you guys quickly on how we're going to proceed with this training. All right, just two quick information so that you guys, so that we can round up this session. All right. So we have two options for you to proceed right about now with this training. All right, we have two options for you to proceed. The first option is in the month of February, which is next month. All right, we're going to be having an exclusive training. All right, we're going to be having an exclusive training. Um, Yeah, we're going to be having an exclusive training for just 50 students. It's going to be a physical class, all right, in the month of February, first/second week in the month of February. We're going to be having an exclusive training here in Lagos, in Ikeja, all right, for just 50 students. And it's going to be a physical training. We're going to be going over the basic training. It's going to be a week-long training, all right, but it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so that the Tuesdays and Thursdays in between can be for practice, assignments, doing your personal stuff and all that. But the training is going to be physical from Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday for a week. All right. And what are we going to be taking on that training? It's going to be a basic training. There will be advanced, technical, and fundamentals. We'll go in depth into technical analysis. We're going to practice. We're going to take trades together. We trade live together. Then we'll also go in depth into fundamental trainings, share a lot of knowledge to you guys on what fundamentals really are. We'll go in depth into trade management and money management. Like I used to tell people, money management is key. Whether you are good technically or fundamentally, if you are bad with your money management, there's high tendency that you keep losing your money. All right. Then the bonus that comes with this is personal mentorship for 6 months. All right. This is an offer that, I don't even know whether we're going to do this kind of offer in our next physical classes. So you just want to grab this kind of offer. Then there will be free signal service for 6 months also. There will be free signal service for 6 months. All right. Now, this is a physical class, like I said, and it's a special offer for just 20,000 naira. All right, for just 20,000 naira, it's for 50 students, and we already had about 25 seats booked already. All right, we already have 25 seats paid for already, and we just have 25 left. All right, so if you know you want to have this, then you need to be fast about it. I'm going to share details on how you can register and make payment for it. But like I said, it's going to happen in Ikeja in Lagos, first and second week in first to second week in February. We're going to confirm the exact date and the exact venue for those that have made payment. All right. And like I said, it's for just 50 students. We just have 25 seats left. Just 25 seats left. All right. And like I said, it's value back to back, basic training, advanced. Then you have personal. So a lot of people are asking, how can I get over? My numbers are on the group anyway, but for personal mentorship, you need to subscribe for this training one way or the other. Then the other offer we have are for those that probably might not be available for this physical training. You can still join our signal service. All right. What do you need to do that? Our signal group. What do you need to do to join the signal group? you need to make sure you have set up your Forex account through the link that was sent to the group. All right. Then you fund it up with a minimum of $100. All right. With a minimum of $100, you will be able to join the signal, our signal. And I can tell you guys, we cash out weekly from our signal. All right. It's not, we don't joke about this here. All right. We help you make your money and you're good to go. All right. But like I said, this physical training is exclusive. It's going to be, in depth just for physical because of one corona. And then again, we don't want large crowds so that we can really concentrate on those 50 students. And, the mentorship is going to be back to back. All right. So guys, let me see. I have some chats here. So if you want to sign up, all right, the admins in your group, chat them up and they will send you the registration form to fill up and the account number you're going to be paying into. All right. Note, don't go ahead and just only the admins on the group that you are on presently. If you are not on any group, all right, I'm going to drop my my number now. You can chat me up. Yeah, those that are not in Lagos, don't worry. Definitely, like I said, I've been to over 17 states and I'm coming back to the South, Warri, Port Harcourt, Asaba, pretty soon, maybe next month or March. All right, I'm going to be in that axis alongside my team, Fumiko, for all these amazing ladies that are coming back to, do trainings for you there. So if you're not on the groups, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. Yeah, Akwa Ibom also. I've been in Uyo, I've been in Calabar. So all those areas are not somewhere that I've not been to. 312311745. All right. That's my WhatsApp number. You can send me a message on WhatsApp. But better still, I love you connecting with me on Instagram at Mastermind Ayo. All right. At Mastermind Ayo. So you can just click on that link on your phone. So, but for those in Lagos, you want to attend this training, there's no online in-depth training for now, all right? But we're going to organize one definitely next month also. But for now, this is the offer we have for you. We have a physical training, like I said, just 25 seats left. So you want to chat up the admin on your group and let us, yeah. So, please teach us how to set multiple stop loss. You can't set multiple stop loss. It's only one stop loss, all right? So for those in Edo, don't worry, we'll be coming there state by state, organizing the trainings, and definitely we'll get to your state pretty soon. We can't be in 5 states at the same time. All right. And the video for today is going to be made available tonight. All right. Once it's ready, once I put it on YouTube, I'll make it available for you. So guys, chat up the admin now to reserve your seat for this particular training. And also, if you want to join our signal service, like I said, make sure you set up your Forex, verify it. Then you fund it up with a minimum of $100. Chat up any of the admins so you can add you up to the signal group on Telegram. All right. Yeah, so basically that is it, and I really appreciate you guys for joining this training. Another bootcamp is going to coming up next weekend. So if you want to attend again, fine. If you have anybody that want to attend, you can add them to the groups, and let's take this thing to the roof. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all for joining. See you guys at the top. Bye bye.